Dear friends, welcome to Ashwini Sparkles. Guys, today we are dealing with operating system. The topic is FCFS scheduling algorithm. So guys, to choose best scheduling criteria, the best one is FCFS scheduling algorithm because it is very simple and easy to understand. Because it is why because the process which is entered to ready queue based on arrival time, the first come will first serve. The process which is enter into ready queue will execute first. This is main concept of FCFS scheduling algorithm. So guys, to find in generally exams, they ask that find out turnaround average turnaround time and average waiting time in FCF scheduling algorithm, etc. So guys, we will deal with a problem, then we can easily understand from that problem. So guys, let's discuss a problem. So guys, see here. Here these are processors. These are processors, that is P0, P1, P3, P4. So and arrival time means the time when processor entered to ready queue, that is called arrival time. So guys, let's take arrival time as anything. For example, arrival time for P0 process is 0. Arrival time for P2 P1 processor is 2 milliseconds. These are all milliseconds, don't forget that. And arrival time of P2 processor is 4 milliseconds, and arrival time of P3 processor is 6 milliseconds. Arrival time of P4 processor is 8 milliseconds. So guys, let's burst time. Burst time is nothing but time for execution. This is execution time, nothing but burst time. So guys, let's take this as 3 for processor P1. Let 6, let be 4 and 5 and 2. So guys, to find average turnaround time and average waiting time, we follow some sequence step by step. So guys, first of all is to draw a Gantt chart to for easy simplification. So that is Gantt chart. GRANT Gantt chart. So guys, this specifies sequence of processors in which sequence they are executed. Let it be Gantt chart. So guys, first arrival time is 0. I already said that FCFS algorithm first come first serve. The process which is entered into ready queue will execute first. So guys, now P0 is come into ready queue. It completion time is 3 because burst time. Because here is burst time, so completed 3. So next for P1 processor, it completes at 6 milliseconds, nothing but 3 plus 6, that is 9 milliseconds. Similarly for P2 processor, it is 9 plus 4, that is 13 milliseconds. So guys, similarly for processor 3, it is 13 plus 5, 18 milliseconds. And similarly for P4 processor, 18 plus 2, so 20 milliseconds. These are the completion times. 3 is the completion time of processor P0, and 9 is the completion time of processor P1, etc., etc. So completion time nothing but where execution is completed. So guys, so To find turnaround time, generally turnaround time formula is completion time minus arrival time. Let it be turnaround time TAT equal to completion time minus arrival time. So first we mention completion time. Here we mention no problem completion time. So same, this is 3 for 9, 13, 18, 20. So here turnaround time and completion time and arrival time nothing but 3 minus 0, 3, 9 minus 2, 7, 13 minus 4, 9, 18 minus 6, 12, 20 minus 8, 12. This is turnaround time. Next guys, we deal with waiting time. Formula for waiting time is turnaround time minus burst time. So turnaround time burst time 3 minus 3 0, 7 minus 6 1, 9 minus 4 5, 18 minus 5 13, 20 minus 2 18. One second we will check. Turnaround time 3 minus 3 0, 7 minus 6 1, 9 minus 4 5, 12 minus 5. Sorry guys, 12 minus 5 7. So next 12 minus 2, this is 10. Just calculate just sum all this and divide by number. That is turnaround time. That is average turnaround time equal to 3 plus 7 plus 9 plus 12 plus 12 by 5. 3 plus 7 10, 10 plus 9 19, 19 plus 12, 19. So guys, 19 plus 12. So 3 plus 1 9 plus 1. So total it is 43. Nothing but 43 by 5. So 43 by 5. 5 8 40. So 0.6. This is 8.6 milliseconds. So turnaround time for this is 8.6 milliseconds. Next, average waiting time. Nothing but all waiting time. Nothing but 0 plus 1 plus 5 plus 7 plus 10 by 5. So guys, this is 17 plus 5 20, 22 plus 1 23. Nothing but 23 by 5. So it is 4.6 milliseconds. So guys, this is the concept. So guys, one second we revise. So first of all, we draw a Gantt chart. Based on this, we take completion time. Then after calculate turnaround time, that is, and waiting time. Turnaround time means completion time minus arrival time. Waiting time is turnaround time minus burst time. After this, calculate this. Just sum all this and divide by number of processors. And for waiting time, sum all this divided by number of process. So guys, this is the method. If you like my video, please like, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you guys.